Get some 8% seltzer shipped right to your house. We got the peach, we got the watermelon, we got the pina colada, and the blue raspberry. We are currently live in over 300 stores in Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, and the Outer Banks in North Carolina. And if you're heading out to the Major League ballparks this summer, make sure to check us out in the Miami Marlins Stadium, as well as Tropicana Field, home to the Tampa Bay Rays, as well as the Tampa Bay Rowdies. We are live inside all three stadiums. So if you're down in Florida this year, check us out. Go to hardafseltzer.com today and check your store locator or order them right to your house. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com. Oh, JBs, we're back, baby.
Yep.
It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday, and we're back.
We're back. All right? God, I feel good today.
We go on Tuesdays and Thursdays, yeah.
We're going to have a great day today. We're going to have a great show today. I can feel it down inside my biscuits, my plums.
What makes today different?
You know, typically I spend my morning on calls and all that other stuff. I talked to one of the most positive human beings today who was just like, man, I go, how's your morning going, you know? And it's usually the same of like, well, getting through it, you know, whatever it is, right?
Sure.
And we're all the same way, and we're all kind of a walking Ben Affleck out of a Dunkin' Donuts in the morning where it's just like, well.
Don't talk to me, yeah.
Right. I don't want to hear your bullshit today.
But first, coffee.
Yes.
Right?
And so I got hit with, man, I'm having an awesome day. I was like, really? And he goes, yeah, weather's great, kids are great, my job's going good, I'm putting in this new thing at my house. And he's like, man, I just couldn't be luckier today. And I was like, this is awesome. And so I had this amazing positive conversation about something completely mundane and uninteresting after that. But he was so upbeat and so chipper, I was like, the fuck am I complaining about today?
Is he microdosing
whatever it is, I don't care.
Ketamine
I
or
want
something?
it. I want it. Inject it into my body. Same thing I've said about The Rock. Give me the whole, you know, steroid cocktail, whatever that is. I'll do it. I just want to know what it is and be that happy and everything else. And I was like, you know what? Fuck. Bitch about Texas. Weather's great today. You couldn't be hotter. Kids are great. Let's rock. Let's have a great show today. All right.
Okay. It's rubbing off, you know?
Should.
The positivity is just really
crazy, right?
If it's who did you run into him at the gym?
No, this is a phone call.
Oh,
so I didn't even see the person in real life.
I was going to go, that person drinks, the person that you're...
Oh, yeah. Him, always happy because he's drinking all the time.
He was wasted,
and that's awesome. I wish that I could drink all day, but I can't do that. No, this is a phone call. And when somebody's that positive through the phone, too, you're just like, shit, let's go.
Yeah.
What's the for?
Jesse's just bringing things up off air because I don't drink as often as she might.
I was talking about literally someone at his gym that is a soccer dad.
Yeah, I know.
I know. You side-eye me. That's fine.
You picked up the mic and peered around the corner. So his name now is Dorky Dan.
Why? Because he doesn't drink anymore? Did you quit? Did you go sober?
No, but I just don't drink as often as Jesse does, apparently.
No. Jesse got trashed on Friday night recording Crime Corner with Joel and them and everything else.
Hang on, this may not air.
No, this has got to. Hang on, we will. Here's why. Did you tell Joel earlier what I told you?
Yes.
Okay. You want to share with the audience then?
Well, I don't know. The Crime Corner on the audio is doing really well.
Sure is. Out of nowhere, a year later. Not that it's an awesome show. And, you hope to record these shows and any podcast, whatever it is, and then you hope it becomes big and word of mouth and all that other stuff, and especially when you're not famous, right? Mm-hmm. And Jesse hosts this show called Crime Corner with Joel and Coop, and every once a month I have to go through the numbers. I'm usually up super late at night, and I'll send them to advertisers or whatever, and a year later, boom, Crime Corner explodes into this show that's this thing, and I'm like, what the fuck? And the numbers are a year later. Like, these were episodes that aired, like, almost a year ago, last December. And I'm like, holy shit. So you guys sitting around getting trashed on a Friday night might actually turn into being something. If we can get Joel to stop being such a piece of shit, obviously. But good luck.
Right. Well, now, the reason why, Delco's saying release the tapes. The reason why I don't want to put that one out is because there is, like, a fun drinking, talking about murder. Like, we keep murder fun and flirty, and we like to have a good time with it, right? With other people's tragedy. And I don't think that, like, look, anyone that has a crime show needs to be honest with themselves that they're using other people's tragedy as entertainment.
Yes.
So don't fucking come for me. Mm-hmm. But there is a line where I don't like to be, like, too trashed or making fun of things too much. And I think it may be a Patreon only exclusive, and we'll see when I feel like.
All right, well, subscribe to Drinker Bros podcast.
You
on
guys
Patreon
are gonna have,
you came home trashed.
Sure.
Joel told me that you guys had recorded a 3.5-hour episode, like you guys are fucking Rogan now.
Right. It was, yeah.
And I'm like, man, all right, cool. It must be a banger. I'm with Delco. Release the tapes.
Video
Delco
only.
is.
Yes. I said video only.
Video only, yeah.
We'll do that first, and then we'll release the audio later on down the road on Ross Patterson Revolution, and then let the audience judge for themselves.
I talk a lot of shit to Ruben.
Well,
in the camera.
Hey.
Into the camera.
Look, if Rubes deserves it, he deserves it. He's one of our nooners here.
Yeah.
So I say do it. But how long is 3.5 hours? Can people hang in there? I don't know. Well, hang on. We're about to test that now with 48 hours of Streisand. The longest audiobook in the history of audiobooks is Barbra fucking Streisand. Now, here's why this is a shock to me. About 2 days ago, because she's promoting this book and she's everywhere and doing the things and everything else. And Bob, what was her exact quote? That I don't like my life, or I'm bored in life?
Let me look.
Or that she's lived a boring life or something like this.
Yeah.
Internet's going
and I'm
slow.
like, what? Because
Barbra Streisand says she hasn't had, quote, much fun in her life.
Right. So if you haven't had much fun in your life, what the fuck are you talking about for 48 hours?
I think
that's 17 episodes of Rogan. That's how unfun you've had in your life?
I think she's saying because she's worked so much and worked so hard.
Yeah, but this still doesn't track.
No.
Okay. No, yeah, but that's also true.
It doesn't track. Bob, let's go through her hit list. We did this on Drinking Bros on accident at the end of a show, maybe, 4 or 5 months ago. I don't think Jesse understands who she's been with, and this will lead somewhere, I promise, but read this body count. I mean, it is fucking insanity.
And we'll just put the camera on Jesse.
Yes.
Your reaction.
You ready for your reaction to each one?
So I have to go to multiple lists just to get to everything because it's crazy how much there is.
Start slow,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah. Well, first we'll start with James Brolin, of course.
Of course. And by the way, good for her.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're still together.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a huge get in my mind. But go ahead.
Also, Don Johnson.
In his prime.
Okay.
Yeah. Miami Vice
yeah.
Don Johnson.
Yeah.
Let's fuck. Who else?
How about Broadway Joe Namath?
Heard of him?
Famous Jets quarterback.
During the Super Bowl winning time that he was...
Yes, during that time.
Namath?
Namath.
But Namath was a poon hound.
Sure.
Yep. So Barbra Streisand was a fucking ween hound.
Yeah. We'll have to think of a...
Cockhounds.
We'll workshop it. You know what will come up with the best is Bob. If you need some kind of alliteration or so, just think about it for a bit, Bob. But anyway, go ahead.
Chris Christopherson.
In his
This
prime.
I knew.
Yes, in his prime.
Yes,
Yep.
because of A Star is Born, right?
Sure.
They did that movie together.
Yep.
And thank the Lord that they got together. You have to.
Liam Neeson.
What?
Yeah.
Before?
He's taking
or
that pussy.
after?
Early 90s.
That's before his wife?
Yeah.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, before his wife.
They
Okay.
Were, they were in maybe a Prince of Tides or almost in a Prince of Tides, whatever. Peter Jennings.
Now, that's a weird one to me. That's the broadcaster. Peter Jennings from ABC Nightly News. Hi, I'm Peter Jennings, ABC Nightly News. No, that's a weird one.
I'm not seeing. I need to see it.
Oh, Pop.
You don't have to show me. I could.
That's fine. We'll pop up a pic of Peter Jennings here because there's a lot of people at home who probably don't remember Peter Jennings from
Whatever
Nightly
that
News.
fucking picture was that was just on there.
Oh, it was from
You don't wanna know
yes,
what
yeah.
that
You don't
is.
want to know what that is. That's from Drinking Bros yesterday.
This is just as,
Oh yes.
Yeah, Peter
No,
Jennings.
that's a
Totally, but it's still strange, right?
Andre Agassi.
What?
Yeah, in his prime. Yeah,
What year?
In the 90s, in the mid-90s.
fucking insane. He's top of his game. Top of his game.
Okay.
Justin Trudeau's dad, Pierre Trudeau, the leader of Canada.
Yeah. Just to do it. Sure, let's just do it.
It's just every person that you say, I just go, what was her life at that time?
Yeah, it is as eclectic as it is impressive. I'm not close to
We're not
John
even
either.
fucking close to being done, Jesse.
How was it
Buckle up.
How did she live a boring life?
I continue, Bob, because you're not going to believe the rest of this.
Well, her first husband was, of course, Elliot Gould.
Mm-hmm. Wait, Elliot Gould back in the day when he was younger was pretty pimpy. Okay? So you gotta remember
hell yeah.
these
No,
people
that's
during
good.
their time period.
No, that's
like
good.
Elliot Gould was pimpy back in the day.
Yeah. Now, can I interest you in King Charles III?
There you go. Let's
My favorite
fucking
part is like
go.
Bob looking up, being like, I mean, really?
Yeah.
Really?
She had royal dick.
Yep.
The Prince of Wales?
Yeah, Jesse, the Prince of
I don't know
fucking
the
Wales,
numbers.
dude.
I don't know
Okay?
the numbers.
She was also fucking
I don't either.
Dick Baskin,
Who's Dick Baskin?
the heir to America's great ice cream family fortune, Baskin Robbins.
No.
Shut your mouth, dude. 31 flavors of Streisand.
Dick Baskin.
Hell, Dick Baskin, dude.
Yeah. She was also romantically linked to Richard Gere
There you go.
Okay.
Gerbils.
and Clint Eastwood.
She's a gearhead.
She's a
Okay.
fucking gearhead, bro.
Okay.
Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
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 Old school Eastwood, not the 92-year-old version. Not the Gran Torino, or Turismo, whatever the fuck it is.
She was
Gran
also
Torino?
she was also with both John Voight and Peter Weller.
Yeah.
Wait,
Those make sense, though, right? Kind of.
Clint Eastwood in a Gran Turismo movie would be kind of funny.
Just
Yeah.
on top of her going,
I think
No,
that's,
in
No,
the
the car movie.
Yeah, in
Yeah,
the
the car
newest
movie.
car movie.
Actually,
That
it would have
our
worked.
kid went-
if he
yeah.
was the coach of that team, it
Yeah,
still
yeah,
would have
yeah.
worked. Yeah. Yeah. Keep going, Bob.
I want to say, man, I'm seeing Marlon Brando listed on here.
Yeah, tracks.
I mean, it just goes on and on. She had every dick in Hollywood between 1960 and 1995.
Robert fucking Redford.
Oh, yeah, Bob Redford.
During his prime in the 70s. And you've had a boring life? What?
And then it ends with Brolin, right? In
Yes.
the 90s, you're saying? Late
Yeah.
90s?
Yeah, so Brolin was the final cock, right? So that was it. And then they've done all the things after that. But all I keep thinking about, if you read this hit list, and it's longer than what Bob, I mean, there's more.
It goes on and on.
On and on?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just no one of note? Like, who else?
There's like less famous
Yeah,
people who, I mean, like again, like Richard Baskin is one that's like not really famous, but is obviously huge. Omar Sharif is another actor who
What?
she was with. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see who else. John Peters is a film producer, but he's done like a million films,
Right.
like
Right.
Flashdance, Rain Man, stuff like that. So big time producer. James Newton. I don't know who that is, but just another like Broadway producer, I think.
Isaac Newton's son.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
I mean, I'm going through. I have to cross-reference like multiple lists just to get every like. No one list even fucking has everything.
This is how crazy it is. And like, I think of this, like if I'm Brolin, current, and this book's going to come out and all this other shit and everything else, like I get jealous over if I know one person you've been with, let alone.
But not everybody's like that.
90 though. No, I know not everybody's like that, but it's such a crazy list where you just got to sit there and be like, God damn it, man, what the fuck? Like,
okay, so I need a picture of her. Like, let's do I guess 90 if we're gonna do the median, right? Like
90 years old?
No, in 1990.
Well, how old is she now? So
I don't know.
She's pretty old now. Man, I don't even know. This is
like, what year is that?
that is late 80s, I
says
believe.
1990.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, look.
Here's her like Jewish American princess photo.
Right.
Okay.
Which, like, the people that she's dating, most are Jewish, right?
No, I think she's
She has no
Yeah.
This is
ties to any religion.
yeah. This
Like,
is a
put
woman for all
put
men.
up a picture of Richard Baskin, who I think she actually should have ended up with.
Dick Baskin? Why do you think she should have ended up with him?
I mean,
Brolin's pretty good.
no, Brolin's great, but I just feel like that black and white.
boy.
Like, look, you know what I
this
mean?
fucking goofy.
Like,
Yeah.
wouldn't that make sense?
It would, because he's
And-
fucking goofy. She is. Like, the hilarious one about John Voight is he's super right. She's super fucking left. She probably hates his soul.
Well, Baskin is, I mean, I think it's pretty widely known that the Baskin and Robbins, whatever, are like very hippie, very liberal.
Yeah.
Like,
If they would have ended up together, for sure.
old hippies.
And by the way, Streisand was 51 when she was banging like a 22-year-old Agassi.
Yeah. She oddly had that power at 51 to get Agassi. And Agassi was just devastating people. Wasn't he with Brooke Shields before that?
He was with Brooke Shields right after that,
Okay.
and that tanked his
Was
career.
this before or after he got wigged up?
During,
Yeah.
It was kind of during, maybe
All
the
right.
end of the wig era.
Tooped.
Yeah. Well, we prefer wigged up on this one. I don't think you can toop up during a tennis match, but you can wig up for sure.
I think
Sew it into the hat.
I think he attached it as a tube.
Really? I think he sewed it into the hat. Not real sure on that one, but yeah, dude, I look at this list and I'm like, holy shit. I don't even want to know about one person you've been with.
But it's like
let alone 90, and then have a book come out and an audiobook and everything else.
These are like pillars of like every type of industry, right? You have one of the most famous athletes of his era. You have a fucking royalty, a fucking world leader,
Yeah.
obviously the biggest actors in the world, just a random, I don't know, like food industry billionaire. Like, it goes on. She's checked every box.
So what's so boring about her life? And when you read shit like this, you're like, what the fuck? The other part that I read too, she's doing press and interviews and all that other stuff, was she said, well, the publishers made me tell all of these stories about the men I was with because it would help sell copies. Now, yes, that's true. But if you're Barbra Streisand, you have so much money. You have the fucking choice to put out whatever you want. Don't put this on the publisher at that point. Take a lesser advance. If you say, hey, I want to tell my story the way I want to tell my story, great. They'll just knock down the advance. They do that all the time.
Oh my God.
Perhaps she is the one that is born, though, right? Like, maybe she initially gets these guys in, but then the more time she spends with all these different actors and
They hate her?
they just figure out she's just a bore.
Yeah,
She
but like,
sucks.
she was famously like one of the first divas where you go like, you know, of the diva era where it was cool to be like rude to assistants and like, you know, need all of this extra shit in order to like get out of the house. Like, so I don't know.
So
and
I'm
she
gonna-
was fucking rich as fuck.
Let me drop
and
some
famous.
Yeah, let me drop some numbers on you here. So the book is coming in at 1,000 pages. That's Tolstoy. Okay, that's one. Two, audiobook, 48 hours and 14 minutes. That's the clock-in time on Audible. Now, here's what I can't figure the fuck out about this, okay? So, look, all the books I've written, and they're comedies, so you try to keep them at like 250 because you don't want to burn out. It's kind of like doing a comedy movie. You shouldn't go over 90 minutes, in my opinion. Whatever. But let's say it's 4 of those. That should come in at roughly 20 to 22 hours. Where the fuck is the other 24 hours coming from, and what is it? Is it her music? Is it, you know what I'm saying? Like, because just reading a book for 1,000 pages should roughly come in at like 22 hours. So there's got to be music or songs or some type of, maybe an acting scenes or something. Like, who knows what the fuck this is? And the oddest thing about it is I hate Barbra Streisand. Always have, always will. I never got it. I never got her. I thought it was just kind of someone who is maximizing a minimal amount of talent. But now I want to hear this goddamn thing.
She can sing.
Yeah.
She could totally sing.
What's your favorite Streisand song?
She's a middler, like you know.
Great. What's your favorite Streisand song? Don't look, Bob. Don't you fucking look.
Oh, I'm not a fan of her catalog. I've just heard her sing. I can't name her songs. I've just heard her sing and know she's a good singer.
Like a funny girl?
Oh, actually, I've seen the movie Hello, Dolly a bunch. Fucking...
Right? A Star is Born.
Yeah, whatever. She's great in Hello,
Funny
Dolly.
girl, like...
Yeah. But I mean, like, I've heard her voice. I've heard her singing. She is...
And
it's not like
but do you think she's one of the greats of all time?
There's a reason why people say, like, stop being a Streisand. Like, it's because she was, like... the queen of over the top, taking it to the next level, like pageantry.
Yeah.
That people do now.
I guess.
They Streisand.
But like take a Gaga, for example. You hear her sing in real life and you're like, Jesus Christ, man. You're one of the most talented human beings there is. And I have no problem admitting that. Whatever somebody's beliefs are, anything else, talent is talent. Adele, for example. You hear Adele sing and you're just like, holy shit, you're in another fucking planet.
Right.
I never felt that way about Streisand. Whitney Houston, yes, absolutely. Great. Do all the drugs, do all the things you can. I just want to see Whitney Houston on stage.
But I think this is deeper. I think it's that you stand with Palestine. Because, like, why do you hate Barbra Streisand so much? Like, I know her Twitter now and, like, you guys get, you know, whatever, care about that shit. But, like, how do you really hate a Streisand?
Here's how I hate a Streisand, okay?
Palestine.
No, dude, I don't.
No, I just want you to.
Sure. So with Streisand, one, the politics and all the other bullshit and blah, blah, blah. And then she's said the most awful shit on Twitter and had to delete her account 50 fucking times and then come back and everything else. Mm-hmm. That's one. Two, again, minimal talent. I don't think she's that attractive. I don't really get the voice. Like, it's not a voice that you're like, holy shit, I want to pay for this, or she should sing for the fucking Pope or something like that. It's just this normal kind of weird girl that just kind of broke out, and you're like, all right.
I don't think that's true.
I do. You guys can't name one song, and neither can I.
Bob, I wish we could just like
original
play
song.
some, which we can't.
Well, go to. I tell you what, Bob. Just go to Spotify, see what her top single is. I can't name it. I'll go into the chat here on YouTube. Maybe somebody else can and is a huge fan. But the fact that none of us can name one single original Barbra Streisand song is fucking weird, dude. Right?
I don't care about
the way we were.
Like, it's just, it literally is like, I'm sure she's singing stuff that's written by other people, so I don't care about that. I just know she can sing. Oh, but all right, yeah, I now I know one. I had to look it up.
What do you got?
Because it's from a musical. So she didn't write it, but it's from a musical.
Right.
Don't Rain on My Parade from Funny Girl is probably.
Oh my
that's the one
gosh!
I would know.
Yes.
Okay.
And then like American Beauty, when she's in the car, like crying, singing that. Oh.
Yeah, it gets you, huh?
Her voice is good in that rendition.
But like, yeah, I don't want to hear original Barbra Streisand music. I want to hear her sing like the national anthem or something.
I think she's more of a like Broadway like performer, like right?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Like her rendition of "Don't Rain on My." I mean, come on.
It's fine. I mean, it's not like like unless you brought that up, it was like, all right,
probably
cool.
one of the best Broadway renditions of anything, like period.
Well, like, and if I'm looking from singers from her time period, right? Mm-hmm. You've got like Aretha Franklin, everybody knows. Diana Ross, everybody knows. Like, I just don't ever think of Streisand and be like, oh yeah, fuck. Hits, dude. Just fucking hits. Play some Streisand for me, brother. I don't hear it. I never hear it out. I never hear her on the radio. I don't hear, you hear Joplin, old school Janis Joplin all the fucking time, I listen to this weird station on Sirius XM that's Some chick. I actually wrote her on some older lady on Twitter who runs this weird station on Sirius XM, and it's this bizarre curated list of like decades of shit.
Delilah?
I think she's the second one. She's the second DJ on that channel. Okay. There's another one named like Kristen or something like that. And it's very just old library. Man, I wish we could go back to the early 70s again. And you're like, oh, shit, yeah, me too. And then she'll play these bizarre lists all the time. Not once have I heard of fucking Streisand. And she dropped like an Outkast song from like 99 the other day. And I was just like, God damn, all right, cool. But there's never a Streisand thrown into the mix, you know? Just never a fucking Streisand. Is she famous enough to make a biopic
Best
out of?
Songs of Barbra Streisand.
Casting all these dudes, though, would be rough, you know? You got to go back and cast 60 dudes in this.
Right.
Yeah. Now you're looking at Best of Barbra Streisand. What is it? What's number one on that list? What's number one on Spotify, Bob?
Let me check.
It's hard to tell if it's hers or if she's covering it, right?
That's the thing. Like, yeah, I don't think she ever was like a big original artist. She covered a lot of stuff. It's really just like I want to hear Bab's rendition of it because it's about the voice. Like, it's not about like her original music. You know, she's not Paul McCartney.
Okay, Yentl. I'm seeing Yentl on the screen there, Bob, on the lower screen. So Yentl, I've heard of, but I couldn't give you like 2 fucking bars of it or hum it for you. I've heard of it, and if you say Barbra Streisand, Yentl, I'd be like, all right, cool. But I don't know what it is.
I mean, is it
all right. I know that song. All right. I know I'm Just a Woman in Love. Yeah. I know that song.
Yeah, but is it hers?
Yes, it is. It is. And that's an original. So that one I know. What's number 2 on that list?
I finally found someone.
Is The Way We Were hers?
I don't know.
I know. Gosh,
The Way We Were was a movie.
No, but... Okay, so
but I think she's singing the original song from that movie, I believe.
Or she wrote it and performed it for the movie.
Isn't it bizarre that none of us know? And yet
she was
here
a
we
cover
are.
queen, man. Like she
I know.
covered a lot of shit. But again, it's about the voice. It's not about It's not about her original music.
But how odd, right? Because who gets to do that in life and just kind of cover shit?
Metallica.
Also, when we're done with this, Joel needs to put on "Don't Rain on My Parade."
Often never lamb. That's right. Hey, well, the mics. I don't think the mics will pick it up if we play it off camera.
No, and you've got to really have it full. You've got to listen to it. You've got to feel it. Yeah. The Way We Were. We're gonna put that on. I mean, we're really gonna like rock out to Streisand.
Even Greg Lamontagne in the chat saying even talking about Babs is boring. You're right, it is, because there isn't that original thing that blew your tits off. There isn't that Super Bowl moment. She starred in a lot of movies, and A Star Is Born for sure. Like, yeah, but that's somebody else.
You don't know that.
You didn't Bring Me Flowers? Yeah, somebody else.
Who?
It's a cover. I think it's a dude who sang that originally.
Yeah, but you don't know who it is. Could have been her.
I know a chick. I think it was a chick.
Yeah, it could have been Barbara.
Maybe. But yeah, with all of it, it's just so odd to me where you're like, all right, cool, man. You're known as this, amazing singer and this huge singer, but 1, 2 songs tops over the years. But women love her and everything else. Where I started really taking notice of her was the Cloning of the Dog shit. Where I was oh, fuck, dude.
But
I never knew.
Diva shit.
What's that?
That's diva shit.
Yeah,
like,
but she was doing it in the 80s when, I didn't even know that technology existed. And she's had, 38 of the same dogs that she's cloned now, which is nuts, where it was like, all right, that got me to believe in the Illuminati for, maybe 10 minutes that day, when I heard that story, I was like, but it didn't, Dolly wasn't cloned until the 2000s. How did she clone her dogs in the 80s and they kept living forever?
She's also, I just looked this up, the second best-selling female artist of all time.
Women, so the other generation, not this one obviously, but the other generation loves Barbra Streisand.
Yes.
The first time I heard her was with my grandmother, and I'm not kidding. My grandmother used to play that first one, Woman in Love. She used to play it all the time. And that's where I remember hearing.
To you?
Yeah, it was just in the house as a child. And that's the song that I know the most. And I think like our kid, all the words to it. Because my grandmother just played it over and over and over again.
Right.
She loved her. Grandma loves Streisand. Grandmas love Streisand, dude.
Sure, grandmas and gays.
And I think it's one of those things where she made it, you know?
Right.
She didn't have to be the prettiest. She didn't have to have the biggest tits. She could just make it out of that town and do it. Now, 48 Hours of Streisand, though. I'm going to give it a go for a little bit and report back. But I'm definitely not going to do it around these support beams here. Because that's definitely sturdy enough to kill myself.
Right.
If this gets too intense. If that voice kicks in and it's like, well, there I was. And you're like, oh, Christ. You know?
Actually, she does have a pretty soothing, like, nice voice. Even speaking voice. She's, like, very calm.
Sort of like she's like bathtub jazz.
Yes,
Well, do you guys remember
like
on
when
SNL,
she's
right?
talking because she's never in a hurry. She never has to be.
Sure.
Because she's rich. I know. Right? Yeah. So I think it would be more soothing than you think.
Didn't she do Coffee Talk with Mike Myers on SNL?
I think she did. Come on, one.
Yep.
Yeah. Good for her.
Yeah. That's who I picture her as in real life. Where it's just like, oh, all right. But who knows? Either way, it's interesting to see these people kind of at the end of their lives suddenly pushing everything out. We talked about it with the Beatles, which, by the way, really, I've listened to that song now like 10 times, and I actually really like that new Beatles song. But McCartney's been doing all those documentaries, which we talked about, kind of getting everything out of the way. The Rolling Stones just put out a new album. Like, hey, dude, we're still alive. Everything is fine. We want to get kind of everything out there. Mick Jagger just did an interview yesterday where he said he was going to give away his fortune. He was like, my kids don't need $500 million. So he's doing interviews that sound like it's the end of his life. Streisand out of there, she's got this 48-hour book and Here's My Life and all this other stuff. Every single older artist now has sold their catalog. Neil Young, Bob Dylan, all these guys where they're just like, hey, we're good. It's been a good life and a good run, and it's wild to see because you can do that now, whereas you couldn't do that before. I mean, audiobooks weren't even a thing until what, 2014, 15 is where it really started to kind of, oh, hey, that's fun to listen to.
Right.
Otherwise, you never got to do any of this shit. Nobody was buying catalogs like this, music catalogs and everything. So Streisand, dude, I'll give it a go. I want to see who she boned, I mean, if she gets into intense like moments with these dudes, like, man, if you're brawling, you'd be like, oh, damn it.
She won't.
Babs.
I wonder if she
won't.
will even mention. There's one other person. Well, there's two other people she was linked to, but I think one's total bullshit. I'll give them to you in reverse order of impressiveness. So the one that she was linked to by another biographer was Bill Clinton.
I mean, yeah. Tracks, okay.
When he was married?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
He's always been married.
Well, the one that I was always impressed with Clinton was Gina Gershon in her prime, and they were like, dude, you couldn't get her out of the White House is what I heard.
Right.
So.
But there was another one that sounds more plausible, and this one is somehow more like dirtier to me. It's more scandalous.
Okay.
Dodi Al-Fayed.
Oh, boy. That really is, dude. Was it after Lady Di crashed that limo and died in that tunnel?
Well, he died in that too, so no.
Oh, shit. Was that was I didn't know if it was him or the dad. Okay.
But wait,
Fuck.
she was with
She fucked.
the son?
No, she with Dodi.
She was Dodie.
Yeah.
Before Diana.
Di.
Yeah. Before Lady Di.
Okay.
And that's why there's like conspiracies with Lady Di and the Mossad.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Streisand had her killed. Maybe that's a chapter in this, Maybe that's it, where it's just
Well, the new season of The Crown started, so maybe they'll get into a Streisand of it all.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe where it's just like the night before, Streisand's on the phone and she's like, hey, get super close. Let's crash that fucking thing. That bitch took my man. I want you to follow her. I want you to crash a limo into a wall. Maybe that happened.
Right.
I don't really know, but that would be great. If it's in the audiobook, it'd be great.
Right.
Like the last chapter is how I killed Lady Di and got away with it,
Yeah, but it's literally like the last 15 minutes of the 48 hours.
Yep.
And you have to get all the way there.
You got to get all the way there, and then it unlocks. Like it won't let you
Yeah.
rewind.
You can't skip ahead. Mm-hmm. You have to listen
to all 48 hours, and then the last 15 minutes is that, and then she just sings, "You don't bring me flower."
Yeah. That's a really good idea, actually.
You can't unlock the audiobook. You've got to stay in it the whole time. Holy shit, man. Could you imagine? Son of a bitch, dude. 48 hours of Streisand. You think people are going to be all methed out, Streisand fans, you know, just staying up for 2 days straight to listen to it?
Yeah, diet pills, just going ham.
Yeah.
Diet pills and fucking Moscato.
And yeah. A little Moscato,
Moscato.
dude. It's not really strong enough to fuck you up all the way, but just enough to get you there with the mixture of pills that you're on. And just Streisand out for 48 hours, man. A full fucking 48 hours. But speaking of Jews, Bob, it's not the one I'm choosing today. It's Gal Gadot. Let's go, dude. My pussy. I'm Gal Gadot, my pussy.
Why do you
I don't know.
Okay.
That's which is what I picture her saying. Of like, what? Do you want to cast me for me as an actress, or do you just want my pussy? Tell me the truth. That's what I picture her saying.
Right.
So whenever I see Gal Gadot and I hear her voice, all I picture her is saying, "What? It's just my pussy. Who cares? It's my pussy." I don't know why. I really don't. But she's my favorite Jew today.
Okay.
So it's not Barbra Streisand. Sorry. And speaking of not being pro-Palestine, well, Gal Gadot is here to save the day. Save the day. This
funny.
one is fucking ruthless, by the way.
It's funny you think that you go with my boozy for Gal Gadot.
Yeah.
I just think, no God.
What's that?
There is no God.
No God. I just go with Imagine.
Well, look, if you're trying to get away from Imagine, this is definitely the way to do it. People are unfollowing her on Instagram because what she's about to do in Hollywood and everything else. I think it's pretty widely known that she was part of the IDF, right, Bob?
Yeah.
Yes.
And she served, just over 10 years ago. Was a combat instructor and all the cool shit, right? And then she became a superstar actress and everything else. She is taking the body cam footage, or already has, that has been released in bits and pieces. She was able to get all of it.
It wouldn't surprise me if the Israeli government was actually just straight up giving it to her.
I guarantee you that's exactly what happened.
Because they are inviting people to like journalists and stuff to come see.
Yep.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, Bob, that is exactly what happened. And they said, all right, who's the most famous Israeli actress we have? Who's the best example of our country? And it's Gal Gadot. And so I understand that call. I understand giving her all the footage. And I got to see bits and pieces of it. Man, it is absolutely fucking horrific. And so the body cam footage is of the troops who were going into the festival, going house to house, all that other stuff. They've edited it together, and I think it's going to be 75 minutes.
And honestly, if it's the music festival, this is how fucked up that day was. That's not even the bad stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was the surprise attack of it.
right.
Like, it's all bad, but like that stuff, it's like compared to like the villages and homes they got into and shit. I'm
Right.
like,
Well,
music festival isn't even moving the needle for me anymore after some of the
totally,
shit I
but
read.
that's the only footage that
Yeah.
I have seen so far for body cam footage is that. And with that, the reason why that got me was it looked like a Coachella or ACL, and like where they went behind the bar and killed the fucking bartenders and shit. Bar backs, everybody else. And she's going to take that around to all the Hollywood execs. She's going to screen it in LA, in New York, and say, look, I want to get rid of this pro-Palestine bullshit and movement and everything else. Here's what happens, and if you want to support or throw money behind this or give any fucking weight to this other bullshit, here's why everything is going on. Just review this footage. And if you're thinking about making a movie, a show, or something, and somebody's going to fucking wave some pro-Palestine bullshit in front of your face, think again after watching this footage. So to me, singing Imagine obviously is not going to do anything for the fucking world. This will make a real strong dent. And Yeah, I'm with Bob. I think Netanyahu probably gave her all the footage and said, "Go ahead, like do what you can over there, and fuck it, the war rolls on over here." But with that, Hollywood is very, very split on this war, and so people have started unfollowing her. So it's just person after person that's like, "Oh, fuck Gal Gadot," and it's like, well, she was actually over there, and she was actually in the military. What the fuck did you do? You know,
Right?
You're just a model. And I forget who it is. You can pull it up on TMZ. I read the latest one this morning, right before I went into the gym, and I was just like, "Oh, all right, cool, man." The supermodel, the waif supermodel, is not going to follow you anymore because she's got her own opinions on it. Awesome,
I saw right before the show started, Anna de Armas
That's it.
unfollowed her.
Yes. Anna de Armas, where you're like, huh?
Okay. How would anyone know if Anna de Armas unfollowed her?
So right now in Hollywood, like literally, they're drawing lines, and everybody's tracking this shit of what it is. The other one too that has been very outspoken about this is Amy Schumer. Is she Jewish, by the way?
Yeah.
She is.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So apparently, and pull up her Instagram because I don't follow Amy Schumer, and because this was part of that Gal Gadot article as well. Apparently, Amy Schumer's been posting a bunch of shit about the war on
She's been
Instagram.
going hard, yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
There's been a lot of
she's
angry
Jewish.
tweets about Amy Schumer.
Dear world, I don't care.
This is from the Jerusalem Times, or Times of Israel. Article that she didn't write that. Someone else.
No, but she posted it. She posted it.
Yeah. I mean, this is all it says.
A link in bio for articles. So did she turn off the comments, Bob?
On this one, I guess, because everyone's like, "Die, you fat bitch! I'm gonna kill your kid. You're fucking fat." It's a lot of mostly fat, but then a little sprinkled in like, "I hope Hamas finds your family and all kinds of, or you're racist and blah." You know,
Just
I mean,
super cool stuff. You know?
Yeah.
normal stuff,
Fun
yeah.
stuff on Instagram. What else? Kidnapped by Jesus Christ. She's got a lot of content.
It's been only this for a while.
Wow. I did not know that.
Also, is it weird to you guys that, like, you know, there's a million of these different videos of just random people pulling down posters of, like, the kidnapped?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, why is that a thing now?
I don't know. I don't really
it just
know.
seems off and
It-
odd.
all-
There's so many
all of
people
it
doing
does. And there's so much disinformation out there with all of this shit. And, you know, the weird thing about Hollywood and seeing this back and forth with all these fucking people is like, you know, most of the Jews are in the biggest positions in Hollywood. So it's like, you know, that's fine if you want to throw your career away. It used to be if you were a Trump supporter, you were gone. Now it's going to be this.
Well,
so.
I don't think either of them.
No.
Anyone should lose their careers over their stupid opinions. To be honest,
But that's not
Right.
how, unfortunately, it's just not how it works there.
I know. But I'm saying I
So-
would.
Bob, I agree with
It's
you.
just like
I agree with you.
people
It's
who
just-
don't know anything, and I'm not
Yes.
saying I know and they don't. It's just people who don't know anything, like just fucking farting at each other.
Just screaming into the void.
Yep.
Like it's just pointless.
I agree, but once, you know, that precedent has been set, now you're falling in the trap and everything else, and these people will be canceled. So it's interesting to see
Who's going to be canceled?
whoever's, in my opinion, is my opinion. I think whoever comes out as super pro-Palestine, cool, man, fuck you.
Yeah, but who's
I haven't seen anyone.
going to do that?
Wait until the strikes are over. That's all I'm saying. Wait until the strikes are over and see if those people are getting the jobs they used to.
They're avoiding it. I feel like everyone in Hollywood right now is kind of sitting this out for the most part.
Yeah, because
I've seen a lot of like really lukewarm, like just like, oh, we just want everyone to be safe and
Yeah, but the ones who do come out, man, I'm telling you, man, I wouldn't come out as pro-Palestine right now. I just heed my warning on this one. There's been groups that are gathering out there that you'll see them at the screenings and all this other shit, man, and then decide if that's the route you want to go. The other part about it is, too, if you really want to fucking help out, just go there, you know? Yeah, you can just go if you want. They need people over there in Palestine to help fight for them right now. So I don't really understand what screaming at each other is. Somebody was killed yesterday in Westlake Village, by the way.
An old man, 65 years old.
That is the richest part of Los Angeles that you could possibly live in. And I mean, you're right by a Whole Foods at that point, and so you're waving flags on a street corner in the richest part of Los Angeles.
Yep.
That is nowhere near Skid Row or anything else. And you're like, yeah, man, I'm going to fight for and protest outside of a fucking Whole Foods, and that's going to change the world somehow. And somebody took a bullhorn a pro-Palestine guy.
Yeah, allegedly.
No, I saw the footage last night. So he got arrested.
I saw him fall. I didn't see him.
Yeah, so he got whacked in the head with a bullhorn. He falls over backwards on the cement, cracks his head open, bleeds for a little bit, gets up briefly, and then ends up dying in the hospital. So the guy is being charged with murder, and then potentially the feds are looking into it for a hate crime.
Is that a new video?
Which one?
The video, the
old
guy?
yeah.
That was yesterday.
It was yesterday.
I know, but it's okay.
Yeah.
It's current?
Current.
I
Yeah, that
believe
happened
so.
yesterday.
We'll see. But,
Okay.
I will say.
I feel like that exact same
I have a
thing
question.
happened with another thing.
I have
But
a question to you too.
Yeah.
Is there any cause or anything that you would go out in the streets and picket for?
Boy, that's a good one. Because I would look, I'm in both of those unions, and I wouldn't go out in the like. There's been strikes in Hollywood for writers,
When
Screen
you're
Actors
Strike?
Guild, all that stuff.
older.
I never went out. I never went out to any of those things. I just didn't see a point in it.
Are you talking about striking or protesting?
Both.
In general, just
In
have
general.
you ever gone out to the
Anything.
streets with a sign that
That's a-
you personally
No.
made?
That's
You
a
just went
great
in with
question,
a
actually.
marker,
Yep.
paint, maybe.
No.
And just like spent 2 to 6 hours on the streets just yelling.
The answer is no, and it's for that exact reason that I said of wherever I was at the time. No one cares. No one really cares. I think you and I, the closest I think to something happening, maybe you and I were together, and it was we were in New York during Occupy Wall Street. Do you remember that? And the filmmakers we were with went out and shot a bunch of footage and all this other shit. And that worked for a little bit, I guess. But yeah, for the most part, no, I wouldn't do any of this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've never gone out and picketed. Have you? Or protested or anything else?
The only thing the only types of things that could get me worked up enough to get on the streets would be so catastrophic that is the last thing I would want to do. I would be like loading a gun in my home. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
would have to be that politically or whatever catastrophic for me to get worked up enough to want to protest. But at that point, it would be so bad that would just be like me waiting to get shot by whoever invaded America, basically. You know, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the closest I got was if I could actually do something in person, then I did it. School boards in North Carolina. Those meetings I went into, and shit got pretty aggressive in there. But I got to talk to the people that were making the decisions an inch away from their fucking faces, and I went in and did it. Holding a sign somewhere.
That's not a protest, though. That's
exactly.
That's a political hearing.
100%. And so, like, that's the difference, I think, for me, where I don't ever think that there was any point in my life that I thought I could make a difference just standing on a sidewalk somewhere. Kind of like what we were in Vegas a couple weeks ago. That same guy is still with the Jesus reading the scriptures. You walk across from Planet Hollywood over to the Paris over there. He's been there for how many years at this point? And I was like, do you think anybody has ever stopped and been like, you know what, man? I don't care about the over in the Jets game or the money that I have on it or that my grandmother's playing slots. Please tell me more about the message that you're speaking about in the streets of Las Vegas today.
Yeah. Basically, you just need to make something inconvenient for whoever you're trying to make the difference for, right? So it's like, are you blocking... Like, I'm from Ojai, so there was a lot of, like, chaining to trees when they're trying to do construct. So, like, that kind of thing, fine, where you're, like, blocking down full freeways or something. It has to be inconvenient for people in order for it to even kind of make a difference. And then even then, you just become the bad guy. So, as we all know, the only way to really make change and not be made out to be the crazy person is to do what you have to do either from the inside or local government or, you know.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just going to be...
I know. And so I watched the same...
But I have seen
shit.
protests that work in that way because they do shit like that. You have to make something really inconvenient. You have to stop something from happening. You have to, walkouts, strikes, things like that where people are like, well, fuck, what do we do now? Not a sign on the side of the road, right?
Right. And if I'm looking back at all of it, as far as protest goes and everything else, I like BLM was just burning shit down to the ground, and that doesn't really do anything for your own neighborhoods. I think if I'm looking back at, let's just take the last 5 years.
Well, they're just so disorganized, right? So it's like I'm sure there are people that go there with like the best intentions to peacefully protest, but then you also have just a shit ton of people that go to cause chaos and violence.
Yes, and that's the difference for me, where I think the one that actually made a difference where everybody was peaceful about it was that Canadian trucker strike where they all just stopped in the streets with their big rigs, and you were like, well, no one's going anywhere. We're not getting any imports or exports out of this fucking country. And that one, you were like, okay, I can definitely see this one. And it was effective, and nobody got killed, hurt, burned, but that's about it. Zero desire to walk down to Austin City Capitol and hold a sign for something, I would rather talk to the people or city council or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, plus like it's usually hot here. What?
Yeah. I mean, if I was going to protest something, it'd probably be kind of dumb. It'd be like a local restaurant that's being run out of town by some conglomerate or something.
Yeah, but it would have to be in a climate that, it's like sweater weather, where I don't want to be that hot. I don't want to be that cold. I don't want to get a sunburn either, Jesse. I don't. So
Yeah.
it's going to, and I kind of want to do it from maybe 1:15 to 2 o'clock. Like 45 minutes, and just kind of give it my best.
Yeah, just kind of stop in, pop in.
Yeah, pop
say
in.
hi.
Yeah.
Pop in and be like, oh, free this.
Just kind of be seen.
Free the deli
Yeah.
guy. Free the deli guy. Whoever the deli guy is, and he's losing his place to Subway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then be like, oh, where'd Ross go? Oh, he was here. He's got to be around somewhere.
Yeah, he took a picture. It's on Instagram. He was protesting. He showed his own protest picture,
Yeah.
But like a really good deli spot, yeah, I'd ride for that.
Fuck yeah, dude.
It's
you
a
give me
good-
a
it's a-
spicy Italian. Let's
It's a
go.
good question because I can't even picture myself doing that
No.
ever.
And here's the thing. If most people are actually honest with themselves, like this question was, is a great question, by the way. I don't think anybody else would either. Like So when you see it, you're just like, what are you doing in the streets of Chicago? Like that war's going on the other side of the world. You protesting in Chicago, the fuck does that have? What are you going to do in Chicago? Like you got to be there. Go get in the shit if you want to. When this all kicked off, it was a fucking gang of dudes, 200 dudes waiting to get on that plane at JFK. And they were like, what? Why you guys are going back to Israel? We're going back to fight.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, shit. Like now? They're like, well, how do you? And they were like, look, the country says we're time to go. We're going.
Yeah.
And the planes took off and they're there. So it's like, those dudes, congratulations, man. That's doing it. I don't know what holding a sign in the middle of or a bullhorn in Westlake Village next to the Whole Foods in the richest city in California is going to do for you there.
And then the funniest videos that are coming out of all of this are when the protesters actually talk to each other and then realize they don't have a lot in common.
Yeah, and they're like, wait, I thought we were... And they're like, no. I don't think Israel should exist. And they're like, huh? But yeah, they shouldn't have a right... I mean, they should be somewhere, but...
Or like the super progressive people that go up and are like, yeah, free Palestine, and then they go up and be like, well, yeah, also I have this sign for like, I'm pro-trans kids. And they're like, no.
It's the wrong one.
No.
It's the wrong protest. You're at the wrong thing, yeah. You got to stick to one. We got to just do one of these things and then kind of figure
That's why I
it out
do
from
kind of
there.
love the origin story of Birds Aren't Real protest,
Oh, yeah.
where this person would just go to all of these weird protests and have that sign and just kind of go all along, and no one would really... And it was a huge troll that ended up getting like traction because, conspiracies are more fun, and I think there's more crazy people than not. But the origin of that is exactly this, where he's like, well, there's a protest going on. What do I care about? Or what do I think? Birds aren't real. And then he'll stand right next to the abortion,
Yeah.
and just walk along. And no one's like turning around to like look at your sign too.
They're like, he's
They did
with
a
us,
full
right?
He's with us. He's like,
They did a full 60 Minutes piece on that guy, and it was super interesting. They were like, hey, dude, this is a joke, right? And he goes, yeah, this is all a joke. Like, and it was really good. It was like really funny. But the guy was smart too.
yeah, I think it was a no comment basically, but we all kind of know from no comment that it is, because he's like, there's still people that are fully like in the movement. So he can't say no. but like it's a wink.
But at the end of it,
It's a
was,
wink.
Hey, dude, this is all fucking stupid here. So,
It's
yeah.
social commentary, and it's exactly right.
It is. And yeah, man, shit's gotten wild out there. So if you're going out to a protest this week, I mean, have fun, I guess.
We're
Just got
coming up.
so much shit to do, though.
I know. Well, we are coming up on protest season.
Are we?
Yeah, because it's like getting nice out. And
Oh, today's election day, too. So, yeah, people are going to be pissed tonight, one way or the other.
A brunch and a protest.
Oh,
Do
I'm
you
sure.
know what I mean?
I'm sure. There's a bunch of governor jobs up. We'll talk about it on Drinking Bros this afternoon. But yeah, all that stuff's up today. So yeah, I'm sure shit'll pop off. People have opinions about everything else that's going on. The only opinion I have, and I think we should really tap into, maybe start taking this a little more seriously, is Blue Earth. Aaron Rodgers' girlfriend. I don't know if you guys watched that game last night. We had money on it on mybookie.com.
Blue of Earth.
Blue of Earth.
I know.
I apologize. Shout out to the Chargers, -2.5. They won last night, but more importantly, Aaron Rodgers was on the field, full movement, throwing bombs, dude. 7 weeks after Achilles. Holy shit.
What did I tell you? He's going to come back and fuck shit up.
So here's the thing. End of the game happens. He's accidentally mic'd up. A guy from the, you go and greet the other team. You say, what's up? You say hi to your old teammates, whoever you went to college with, whatever. A guy from the other team comes up, hugs Aaron Rodgers after the game, and he goes, hey, man, when am I going to see you back? And he goes, a few weeks.
Yeah.
I was like, huh?
Yep.
Blue of Earth, dude.
The crystals,
of
the
Earth.
thing, the pure blood of it all.
Yep.
I don't know.
Blue of Earth. I mean, unbelievable. And I don't know if he was joking when he said it, but also he looked pretty goddamn good chucking balls last night out there. So strange to see. I mean, that is a brutal fucking injury that just devastates people. And it is a long, long recovery process. I've never seen anything like it. And yes, maybe we should inject ourselves full of crystals.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. So if you're out there, I took some weird shit the other day that was fucking great.
Some crystal?
Something, man. I don't know if they're going to be a sponsor. I hope they are. It was called Magic Mind. Whatever it is. I think Delca, you killed the rest of it. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Yep, it was you. Okay. It was in the fridge, and we had a bunch of bottles of it. And I took it before a show maybe 3 weeks ago, and it's got all the hippie shit on it and everything else. I was like, what the fuck is this, right?
Right.
It was awesome. I was locked in, and I was like, oh, shit, dude. Maybe crystals is the way of life, and not the beautiful cheeseburger place in Georgia, but
Right.
actual real hard crystals that we can pray to or whatever the fuck it is. So
I don't know. Like now that Kelsey has gone down, in a blaze. I mean, he's doing great.
Travis Kelce?
Yeah, but like the mystique is gone, right?
No, he's having
Great.
shitty games when she's not there. So she wasn't there at this game on Sunday, and he had like 14 yards.
I'm just saying Aaron Rodgers is like rising in the ranks as far as like I like.
That's on your trend list? Yeah, I think Kelsey's dorky. I like Aaron.
But Aaron
Rodgers has kind of crossed that bridge for me where it's like, oh, hey.
There was a point when we were like, dude, this fucking doofus, right?
He is
So
a
I'm not-
dick.
Yeah, but I
sure.
like it now where it's like, all right, I'm okay with it.
He can turn it on, right? He's got kind of a snake oil salesman charm about him. where
Yes.
He can get you on his side when
Yes.
he wants to, but then if you piss him off or wrong him, he's just a total douche.
Yeah.
I'm just saying his aging process is what everyone should aspire to.
It's great.
I mean, he wasn't he was good looking, but he wasn't
sure.
do you know what I mean?
Right.
You were like, yeah, good looking quarterback. It's hard to be ugly as a in shape quarterback. Just saying. But gosh, he's really doing it.
Yeah, he's doing it. It looks great. Seeing him back on the field chucking balls after this, you're like, I don't know, maybe you are superhuman, man. Fucking A. And I'm all in.
Yeah.
Hilarious story happened a couple days ago, though, is Allan Ruck, who I love.
Right.
Otherwise obviously
known.
from Succession as Conroy. Also known as the best friend in Ferris Bueller.
Yes, that's when I first see the older picture of him. That's where I first go to, and then I go, "Oh yeah, he was in fucking Succession."
Yeah, he's the next president of the United States.
Yeah,
Sure was. Yeah,
yes.
he was
He's
polling at
polling
1%.
1%, yeah.
Polling at
Right,
1%.
conhead.
Yeah, the conheads out there. So he had a mishap where those new electric cars, the Rivians, beautiful looking cars, by the way. Not shitting on the Rivian. I think they look cool as shit. I'm a big
Do
fan.
you? I hate all these electric cars. I saw the Tesla truck out in the wild. It is gross.
Oh, you didn't like it?
No, it's terrible.
No shit. All right.
It's striking.
I like it. I like it.
It looks like
striking.
it's made in like what is that video game, Rob?
Minecraft.
Minecraft, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that's where everything's going. Like, you know, I sit and play with my kids, and then when I play these games, I played a fighting game the other night. It's the most basic shit. It reminds you of like Pong, or in like 1982. We've kind of reverted back to that in a weird way, where you're like, all right, is this what you guys are doing? And it's just like, yeah, it's just block people, and you're pressing a button, and it's very
Kids
basic
are.
shit.
Kids are.
Yeah. Kids are.
It goes Legos, Minecraft, and then you get into like the first person.
Don't forget Roblox.
Roblox. Yeah.
Oh, Roblox.
Yeah, dude.
Sorry.
Yeah. But with this Rivian car, I actually liked it, and I think it's a rad car. I think it's hilarious that he has one, but he crashed it into a pizza place that was near my old house and
Oh, we
played a
don't
video,
have video of it, right?
Bob. I mean, it is.
I'll keep looking for video
right
of it, but
through
this is
No,
the
I mean-
fucking wall.
We probably got into it.
Yeah, that's the water.
What do we have to
It hit the main. It hit the main water.
Oopsie.
Whoopsie.
Where's Con?
So Khan's out of the car at this point because he did call the police immediately. So they have footage of him on the phone. So,
Okay.
so he calls the police immediately.
Okay, and then leaves.
No. He's there. He's there. And so they've got, plenty of footage of him.
Okay.
There, he's on the phone, waited, talked to cops, did the whole thing like you're supposed to
Right.
as a decent citizen. Now, strange part is he's blaming this on the technology of the car and that it kind of took over and drove itself through the pizza parlor. And the cops, I guess, were big Succession fans or Ferris Bueller Day Off fans, and they were like, yeah, that all checks out, man. Have a good night.
Well, yeah. Is it self-driving though? Because
I don't know.
there's many weird Tesla accidents that are blamed on the technology just fucking up or reading something
oh,
wrong.
yes, it does.
Yeah,
It-
Rivian Rivian
does.
models come with advanced autonomous driving features.
Yep. Yeah, you're right, Jesse.
Yeah, so now did it happen or can you just say that? I'm sure there's ways. The other thing about it being technology is I'm sure there's ways to go back into the drive or whatever.
Wait, hang on. So here's what it says here. So these feature 3 all-wheel drive systems, dual motor, performance dual motor, quad motor, and depending which one you're on, it can go from 0 to 60 in like 2 seconds. So maybe he hit the wrong thing and then... Oh.
Like, bro. I mean,
Wow.
you can't. I don't know if there's any way to dispute that. And by the way, if he stayed and talked to the cops and was not drunk, then I find it hard to believe that a Ruck just, you know what I mean?
So they said...
And he's going to pay for it.
Yeah,
it's not
insurances.
anything.
But cops came. Nobody was harmed, they said, in this freak incident, which is amazing. I know that pizza place. I can't believe it that nobody was harmed in that fucking place. But, yeah, they're going to chalk it up to insurance. And then the police have said the case is closed. So we're all good, man. It's just... it's just Allan Ruck driving his car through a fucking pizza shop in the middle of the night.
We need to get a self-driving just to use it as an excuse.
Do you want one now after seeing this?
No, I don't know if I've ever wanted one, to be honest.
A self-driving car?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is it one of those things where you think you'll hit the wrong...
No, I've
Grease?
just watched too many of those Teslas going under the semi truck and the top being just cut off, including the people's head.
Sure.
or turning into. So I've watched too many of those videos that I just go, I'm good.
Yeah.
Right? Like I would like it to be like, oh, maybe I want to put my hair in a ponytail and I can press it for a second. Right? Instead of using the knee.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I want to go on full trips or
Squeeze.
in traffic or zipping in and out. I don't want to do that, I don't think.
Okay. All right. Because you got a new car coming up next year. So.
And look, I want it to have the option.
All right.
Or not. I don't really care. But if it has the option, I want it to have it, but I probably won't use it out of fear that much. Do you know what I mean?
Then why have it? Because it's going to add another,
I think maybe
15, 20K to the vehicle.
Well, they do updates. So maybe if I feel like it's gone to the final update that I feel comfortable with.
Does it, though? Does it ever? Does it ever really go to the final update that you're comfortable with? I hate this fucking iPhone. And every time another one comes out, I've said it a million times on this show, it fucking sucks, and there's a problem with it. You can't even text people. I'm telling you that's what's going on, right? Like, everybody's having problems texting people, and weird shit is happening because they want everybody to buy this new thing. I don't know that it'll ever get there, and I don't know that they want it to get there. Or they just want to keep selling you another $2,500 package.
Yeah.
You got an update. I think you're fine. You got an update.
I think this proves as well, I think self-driving is a young man's game. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if anyone my age would ever feel comfortable with being like, I'm not driving? Like, this is crazy.
Well, didn't California get rid of the driverless cars already? Because they were killing a bunch of people.
The
pedestrians, yeah. Can we talk about that yesterday, Bob?
I think in California it was.
We might have mentioned it. I'll check.
Yeah. It's one of those things
I think it was
where
like
I think they're getting rid of it.
Well, they just can't detect like a person in a sleeping bag in the middle of the. Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I think it just like that kind of stuff happened.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it.
I mean,
do you know what I mean? Like
an autonomous vehicle is still legal in California.
Oh,
but I think
legal?
they're trying to get rid of it, maybe, or
okay.
Yeah.
Because that could be your first clue, of like, well, maybe it isn't. Maybe
right.
It's not. Maybe we're not all the way there yet. Because then if you kill somebody, like if you drive over somebody in your Tesla, like you're probably going away to prison, right?
I don't think so. It's happened a couple times.
And people have gotten away with it where they're just like, hey, it's the car. Sorry, man. Nothing I can do.
I mean, yes. It depends. I mean, there's an investigation. They have to be in the driver's seat and, they can't be sleeping in the back or anything like that. And the person had to have like literally jumped out into the dark in front of them.
Okay. Yeah, the wildest one for me was getting my buddies and he hit the hyperspeed. I was just like, dude, hit the hyperspeed. Let me see what this is like.
Right.
Holy shit. It's real fast. Like, man.
Sure.
If somebody just hopped out, just walked out one step off the curb,
right.
Their whole leg would just fly right off their body.
Yeah.
Like you'd take it clean off their fucking body where you're just like, holy shit, this is power. Mm-hmm. I just took a human's leg off their body and they're still standing. Like C-3PO. We're just like, oh,
right.
Shit. God damn, that was shocking. My leg is gone.
Sure.
Yeah.
But
it's something to think about out there. Did you put that little fun, spooky skeleton on your thing for Halloween?
Somebody did, and then I liked it. It's a sturdy one.
Yeah.
Like it's not one of those like floppy around that like you can't put anywhere. I mean, that one
nice.
can
He was doing
sit.
something else earlier because D'Anthony put him there.
So he
got it,
was
got it.
tiling.
Yeah. Oh, something we couldn't show on camera.
Yeah.
Nowadays, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe. We're on, I think we're back, right? We back to being able to heil people or no?
It depends.
Depends where if you're in Ukraine, sure. Absolutely. You can fucking do that shit.
Yeah.
Just not here, not on my block.
We have an update on a cringe corner.
Okay. Yeah. If you say it, he'll play it.
It's not.
If you say it, he'll play it. If you say it, he'll play it.
Say it, he'll play
Cringe
it.
corner.
Say it, he'll play it.
Good.
So, Bob, why don't you get this up? So I don't know if anyone remembers, we reported on, and I do say reported on because we're hardcore journalists, but
Yes.
Sure.
the mom who embraced her high school son after he won a game by wrapping her legs around him.
Love this lady, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Love this lady.
We all remember, right?
Uh-huh.
So the update now, basically the idea is at this point, we're just not going to let her do anything without backlash, right? But also, so Amber Wright, as we said, the single mom from Utah, that posted with her son. She now has recently uploaded an image of herself with her legs around a man that is not her son.
Okay.
And is, grown man, probably boyfriend, husband, whatever.
Was this Halloween?
I believe
I think
so. it
doesn't she have a husband?
Oops, did it again.
Oh, I like that. Holy shit, liked by Gary Brugman. He was
he's
on the
the
show.
first comment, yeah.
The fact that Gary follows her is awesome. I wouldn't know this
Gary.
woman's name. I wouldn't know this woman's
Is
name.
that a skinnier
Gary.
Bert Kreischer?
Gary?
No. The guy in the photo.
Oh.
It's just a
Yeah,
guy.
kind of
Just-
looks like.
Yeah.
Bob, real
So,
quick,
but-
go back to that profile pic at the top up there. Is that a whip in her hand?
No, it's a stethoscope.
Oh, apologies.
She's a physician's assistant,
Okay, great.
but also a unicorn. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's which
We-
type of unicorn that is. We've litigated this. I
Yeah,
think.
we have.
Yes, we talked about all of this. Not sure if she was like a swinger that is the perfect
third.
like the perfect third in a swinger or something else.
But she does work in sexual health and wellness at her own company, Renew Medicine.
Okay.
Sexual health and wellness. Okay.
Anyways, we've been down
We have.
the road of her.
We have, yeah.
Yes.
Deep down the road of her.
What's the update?
Rob's going to go deeper.
Yeah. Well,
So anyways, the update to that is, oops, I did it again. Now people are, basically the critics and comments are like, okay, so you're proving that is like a sexual thing to do to someone.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest. If you're on her Instagram and you're going back to that photo at the top, Bob, with her with the stethoscope with her tits out in a bra, and she's a physician assistant. Look. You've been to the doctors a few times this year. Do they typically dress like that, or is that?
By the way, this is I think that's more of like a elective
Oh, invest in yourself.
doctor.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
It's a
gotcha.
doctor that tells you to invest in yourself.
So you're getting like
Got it.
you're getting like maybe an injection, you're getting a peptide, you're getting semi-glutide.
shot, the orgasm shot.
Yeah, you're getting a
What the
B12.
fuck is that? What's that? Read about it.
Read
the
it. What
O
is it?
shot or orgasm shot is a medical procedure that involves injecting platelet-rich plasma (PRP) into the vaginal tissues to enhance sexual pleasure and sensitivity.
Wow.
Whoa,
I've never heard
fuck.
of anything like that.
You just leave fucking swollen.
Just
Yeah.
$1,000 for that pleasure.
$1,000 per injection, and they inject it right into your pussy like that?
Yeah, it gets your pussy all wetter and stuff.
No
Yeah.
shit. All right. Wow, dude. Did you know about that?
Can you repeat that sentence, Jesse?
No, because I can't say the first word in it.
It?
Jesse can't say the word pussy, and that's
Not without it sounding just
like a softball player.
the
Like
most
dab.
unsexy thing you've ever heard in your
Pussy.
life. Yeah.
Yeah.
They also do like face like fillers and stuff like that, cheek contour, under eye, blah blah blah, and IV, of course. Who does? Oh, it's coming soon, but who doesn't do IV? Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I would have started with that, but yeah.
And then you can get T.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then for women, you can get
Women can get
progesterone,
Yeah.
estrogen. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Normal shit.
And listen, good for her.
there's a
I
ton
say
of-
good for
There's a
her.
bunch of these places. Good for
small
her.
business owner. No hate there. Just
Well, because here's the deal with this. Like, it just depends on who's got the best marketing and if you can get some clients in. Because it's all the same. You're all getting it from the same place at the end of the day. So, yeah, I understand it. I
Yeah.
understand it. Good for her, dude. And she's got an Instagram following. She's got a guy who was pardoned by Donald John Trump who's following her now.
Just
Yeah.
reminds me of a Westlake mom.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I think if we saw like a Westlake mom jumping on her son like that. It
Par
would
for the course.
It'd be weird. I mean, I guess normalized.
Bob, go ahead and put that picture up on screen there for the people.
I don't.
Bob, is this why you texted me the story?
No, I don't know what this costume is. Though.
Yeah, what is that?
It looks
It
like a
says
diaper.
It's a cow, but there's an apron.
Yeah, but it's cut off.
Oh, a cow slave.
Yeah, she's a little cow slave.
A cow chef.
Yeah,
Everyone was doing cow waitress, right?
Slutty cow waitress.
Slutty
yeah.
cow waitress. Everyone.
Slutty cow waitress. Look at that. Yeah.
I mean, I kind of get it, right? It's a milkmaid.
Oh, there you
okay.
go. Look at that, dude.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Milkmaid.
Delco's still single, so he knows.
Yeah, exactly. He went out on the weekend.
He sure did.
For Halloween.
He went out on Halloween.
As opposed to,
yeah.
What are you? Paw Patrol?
Yeah,
what
exactly.
Are you?
Yeah.
Transformers?
He went on
He
adult
had to
Halloween.
adult
not
Halloween
real
and-
Halloween.
And really had to like use, people love to do. Oh no, what's this?
Here's the point in the show where we lose Bob, by the way. It's
What's this,
just-
though?
I don't know. They're just wrapped in toilet paper. It's her brother's.
Look,
It's her brother's.
it's a mummy
Vasectomy?
party
Oh,
or
mummy party?
I
Well,
have
no,
I have
they're
idea what
baby
this is.
brothers, so they made diapers.
Oh, you don't say. Okay,
guess
great.
so.
Yeah,
Come on.
don't really get it, but it's fun.
I get this lady's mind.
I know you do. Yeah, follow her. See what happens. Take a leap. Take the leap of faith and see what happens there.
Boss bitch.
Maybe she'll hit you back.
Be
Yeah.
a boss bitch. Take the
Hashtag
lead.
boss bitch, dude. Just do it. Just take the leap, all right?
Okay, and then one more little cringe corner, just because I can't keep seeing it and I can't not see it.
All right.
Is I just sent you a video, Bob, of Timberlake dancing. Yeah. Just because he's like so. Do you remember like he's just so good at dancing? You know what I mean? This like hip hop. Like there's a reason why we thought like okay, like we were okay with him being
Why we thought he was so pimp.
so
Okay.
pimp and like he can hang out with like what am I saying? But you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. Not really. Play the
Like
video.
the
and I'll kinda
Eminem,
understand.
the people
He
that
was
are
kinda
like
a
little
Elvis, you know? He
gangster.
could hang with the black guys.
Yeah. It was like white. The way he talked, we like let him get away with the way he was talking because we're just like he's so talented. He can dance, like he can do all this stuff. So let's just
Thank you, Bob. You nailed it. You nailed it with that
Thank
quote.
you.
The quote that Jesse refused to say. Okay?
he could see me struggling and he helped me out and go ahead. And so we're just gonna like
You
look
can
a
hang
little
with the
bit.
black guys. I'm cool, black guys. I'm one of you.
Right. And so I just, because of everything that Timberlake's going through, I just want to like remind everybody why he is where he is.
When was this?
I don't know. I'm just seeing
A couple
it
nights
now.
ago?
June.
Okay. Pop up, play the video. Is there if there's music, just mute it. Okay. 'Cause I'm sure there is. He's not dancing probably without music, one would guess. Oh, look at that.
He's popping and locking and popping and locking. Oh.
Okay. Oh, boy.
Is this like watching Big Bang Theory without the laugh track?
Yeah.
No,
oh,
I think
boy.
even with the music, it's really just like you didn't have anything planned. You just kind of did all your.
Here's the thing, though.
And I think
he's
from,
a
like, far-
dad. He's a dad at this point, and you just got to be happy being a dad. I think, you know, those were fun days, and you got to
It's
be
just
happy
fun.
being a dad.
It's just fun.
Yeah, that's it. You know, but I'm sure he felt the pressure of like, oh man, everybody. It's Justin Timberlake. Dance. You've got to. He was known for dancing at one point.
I mean, I think people still, right? Like he was.
I'm sure there's people that love this in that crowd that night.
No.
Yeah. And then the next video that popped up, fearless toddler fights off a dangerous spider.
All right, and then we'll just do a nature nook and get on down the road.
You're full of surprises today, James. You know? Right on the
Did
cusp.
you get
I think I
it?
got it.
Did you though?
I felt confident about it. I think I got it. It was like a check swing where you got to go down to the first base umpire and he says no swing. It was good. I was on it. I got it.
Yeah, you always feel confident about it. So you're nothing if not always confident.
Oh,
do you know what I mean?
That's so sweet of you. Thank you.
And thank God.
My love.
A woman has live spider removed from her ear in a traumatic viral video.
Do we have to see this?
Yep.
You do.
Man.
This is what it looks like when a spider lives in your ear.
Which is
Fuck.
a not irrational. It used to be a rational fear of everyone, and now we know it's not an irrational fear.
Shit.
It 100% could happen.
Just living in there.
Living in
apparently
there, you're
loud
just like,
as
oh, a
fuck.
little itchy. You know what I mean? Maybe it's a spider. Not sure.
How do they find this, dude? God
Was she
damn it.
complaining about itchiness and like noise?
Just being like, there's something like it sounds like legs, like spider legs rubbing together in my ear.
Oh, don't need to. Oh, yeah.
And so this is video because they remove them, right, Bob?
Yeah.
But as we all know, they probably laid eggs in there. They always do.
Yeah, how's it staying alive though? It's not eating anything.
Well, is there stuff in there that it could?
No, and spiders though they don't need to eat like every day or anything necessarily. They'll eat as much as little as they need to.
Fuck, dude. I wish I didn't see this today.
So he just found a little hole.
No.
And was like, "Wee, I'm gonna live here now."
Yeah, yeah. And there's two, right?
No, it's its skin that it shed.
Got it.
So that's just like a
Got
little
it.
spider.
Oh.
Got it.
It's the skin that it shed.
You know.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's just left his old body in there.
Yeah,
And now
yeah.
he's dancing around it, the spider.
And I think, thankfully, well, we don't know. Is it a dude? Or are they laying? I mean,
I don't know how that
again,
works
is it
out.
going to
I don't
lay
know.
eggs?
Can I tell you?
It looks like it's got 80 eyes.
how this happens. Essentially,
Yeah.
it's if your ears are too clean.
Really?
Earwax repels bugs.
I didn't know that. Is that true or is
Yeah,
that
no,
made
that's
up?
true. That's true.
All right.
If
And you
overly-
just got nooked.
Yeah, you just got nooked.
You just got nooked.
We should have like a red stamp that just says nooked. Go
Yeah.
across the screen.
Yeah.
Nooked.
The more you know.
The more you know. Son of a bitch, dude. I didn't need to know any of that today. God.
Good thing you don't live in a place with a lot of spiders.
Yeah, exactly.
right?
Or
Like the
bugs.
Texas
We found
country.
2 scorpions the other day, so
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Texas, fucking two scorpions just right outside just in the walkway, inside the house too, not outside.
Yep.
In the house. So that's fun. We got a 1-year-old too that just runs around all day.
Every time I hear a kid like really crying, you know what I mean? Not like, where is everybody?
I know.
Same.
I hear like, where? I'm
Yep.
like, scorpion? I wonder.
Scorpion,
Yep.
yeah.
I wonder.
Did it get that foot? Did it hit that foot?
Yeah.
I know. So I'm like
Fuck
going
you
in,
guys.
you know, like when you're sleep training and you're like, you need to leave them in there. But I'm like, what if I'm leaving my kid in after he's gotten
A scorpion sting.
a scorpion sting
Right on his
inside his
fucking
own
face,
yeah. So, you know, things are sweet here. And that Bob just added another cool fear, right?
Yeah.
Oof. Thanks, Bob. Thanks. It was, this probably began after seeing this fucking video. Now, it's weird. You kind of suppress things or think about it later in life. There was a Star Trek movie that I saw as a kid. I think it was called The Wrath of Khan. And the worm gets into that guy's fucking ear. They place the bug inside that guy's ear, and it chews out his fucking brain, and he dies and shit. Like, it was so realistic and creepy to me as a kid that this type of shit haunts my fucking dreams.
I mean, look, those don't come from nowhere.
I know.
It's just not common.
It's not common.
It's just
But it can happen. Kind of like when I had shingles that time, and the doctors were convinced it was a spider bite. Remember that? Like, I kept going in, and they were like, well, you were shooting a movie out, you're filming a movie out in the woods all that time, and it's probably a spider bite or whatever.
Right.
Came back in, one more bite, and they're like, could be hatching or biting, eggs or babies or whatever. They were like, I would wash your clothes with, what was it, some fucking weird thing
Borax
from,
or something.
from like Home Depot or something. And I was like, all right, I guess. And then boom, I was like, oh, fuck, I've never seen that before. This is my fucking nightmare. Like, I could watch most shit. Oh, fuck. Man, I shouldn't even tell you this, Bob, because you're going to do it one day.
What?
I'm debating about it right now. Fuck.
He's going to do what one day?
All right. He's going to show it to me, and I don't want to see it. So there's this video going around, and we'll end the show here. There's a video going around on Twitter right now where the guy is brushing the horse, and then I stopped the video right when he pulls his pants down. So I knew where it was headed. And the horse was fucking this dude in the barn, and it's the most crystal clear video that I've seen of an event like this, and I was like, I am killing this.
This is
fucking
not
feed.
This is a Patreon, isn't it?
This isn't an RPR
We'll
thing.
save it
This
for...
is an RPR.
Yeah, we'll save it for another show. But man, I could
We
not...
could do it Thursday.
Fucking... I couldn't do... Even
Okay.
I knew this where this was going, and I stopped the video.
Okay, that's what we call it.
And I've watched like beheadings and shit.
Right.
For whatever reason, there's certain... I just can't see a horse fucking...
Oh, yeah,
dude.
here we go. I found it.
Yep. It's everywhere, Bob. So we're going to have to leave that for another day.
Yeah, so that's what we call in the biz a tease.
Yeah.
A teaser.
That's a
can play
Patreon
this.
sitch. Sure
We can play
can't,
what?
Bob.
Because it's only just the beginning. He's like, okay.
That's where I stopped. Yep. So that's where I stopped.
No, let's just play it for us.
No.
No.
We appreciate you tuning in, kids. Go to iTunes, rate the show a 5-star, and leave a quick review. I'm not looking at that screen. Also, go to Spotify. It's just a 5-star, and you can walk away. If you guys at home want to watch a dude gently brush a horse and then end up getting fucked by it.
You're going to see it Thursday.
Oh, there was an audible noise that came out of Delco's mouth. When you get Delco, it must be bad. I have not seen the video. You are more than welcome to go with God on that one. All right?
We'll show you Saturday. We'll show you Thursday.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it on Saturday or Thursday. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it.
I don't want to see it on Saturday.
Dates are confused. I'm in a fucking blackout mode now. I'm all good. I don't want to see that fucking video. We appreciate you tuning in. For Jesse Wiseman, a.k.a. the Jables, I knew I shouldn't have said it. I'm Ross Patterson. This is The Revolution. Buenos tardes, everyone.
Good afternoon.